The greatest minds do not just think, they have learned how to know.
What if you had an invisible advisor, a perfect guide available to you 24 hours a day, offering flawless solutions to your problems and clear warnings about unseen dangers? What if you could access a source of information that lies far beyond the reach of your 5 physical senses? A source that Napoleon Hill claimed every great leader from the dawn of civilization has secretly utilized. This is not a flight of fancy. This power is real. Hill called it the sixth sense. He described it as the apex of his entire philosophy, the capstone on the Great Pyramid of personal achievement. It is the faculty through which the human mind can achieve a direct connection with infinite intelligence. It is the channel through which you receive hunches, inspirations, and flashes of genius that are infinitely more accurate and more powerful than any conclusion reached through cold reason alone. While your 5 senses connect you to the physical world, your 6th sense connects you to the vast, unseen world of thought, of energy, of universal wisdom. This is the ultimate advantage. It is the X factor that separates the genius from the mere intellectual. The genius, such as Thomas Edison or Nikola Tesla, did not invent their greatest creations. They received them. They tuned their minds to a higher frequency and received the completed blueprint from the ether. The great industrialist did not just analyze the market, he felt its future direction. The great spiritual leader did not just interpret ancient texts, they knew universal truth directly. But here is the great secret that most people miss. The 6th sense cannot be forced. It cannot be developed directly. It is a faculty that only begins to function automatically after you have achieved mastery over the other foundational principles of success. It is a reward, a natural consequence of a mind that has been disciplined, purified, and aligned with the harmonious laws of the universe. It is the final flowering of a plant whose roots have been carefully nurtured. Our journey in this message, therefore, is to understand the specific steps required to prepare the soil of your mind, to nurture the roots of your potential, so that this divine faculty of the 6th sense may blossom within you. We will explore the 7 essential steps, the 7 disciplines of mind that act as the prerequisite for this ultimate power. This journey into the realm of the 6th sense is the master's path. It is the ultimate expression of what we teach here at the X of Mentality. If you are ready to move beyond the limitations of the 5 senses and awaken this divine faculty within you, then make your commitment. Subscribe to this channel now as a declaration that you are ready to receive the whispers of the universe.
Your mind is a radio. You must silence the static before you can hear the signal. The journey to awakening your 6th sense begins not with a grand mystical act, but with the simplest and most profound discipline of all, the mastery of silence. The infinite intelligence, the great storehouse of all wisdom, does not shout, it whispers. And you cannot hear a whisper in the midst of a storm. For most people, their mind is a perpetual storm of uncontrolled thoughts, worries, fears, and endless chatter. Your first step, therefore, is to learn how to calm the winds and still the waters of your own consciousness. This requires a daily, non-negotiable practice of sitting in absolute silence. This is not meditation with the goal of thinking about a solution. It is the practice of non-thinking. It is the act of simply observing your thoughts without engaging with them, without judging them, without following them down their habitual paths. You become the silent observer, the sky watching the clouds of thought drift by. As you practice this, something remarkable happens. The gaps between your thoughts begin to grow longer. In these gaps, in this profound stillness, is where the 6th sense begins to operate. Why is this essential? Because the whispers of your intuition,
The flashes of inspiration from infinite intelligence are incredibly subtle. They are easily drowned out by the loud voice of your logical mind and the even louder shouts of your fears and desires. You must create an inner environment of such profound quiet that you can finally perceive these delicate signals. Think of your mind as a sensitive radio receiver. To tune in to a faint, distant broadcast, you must first eliminate all sources of local static and interference. Your first step on this 7-step path is to dedicate time each day, even if it is only 10 minutes to begin with, to this practice of intentional silence. Find a place where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and simply focus on your breath. When thoughts arise, as they inevitably will, simply acknowledge them and let them go, gently returning your focus to the silence. Do not fight your thoughts. Simply withdraw your attention from them. This discipline is the act of clearing the runway. It is the preparation of the soil. It is the foundational step without which no genuine intuitive guidance can ever be reliably received.
A mind divided by many goals has no real power. Once you have begun to cultivate the habit of inner silence, you are ready for the second step. You must now learn to harness the power of your mind and direct it like a focused beam of light. The second step to awakening your sixth sense is to develop a single-pointed focus through a definite major purpose. A scattered mind cannot receive clear intuitive guidance. A mind that is pulled in a dozen different directions by conflicting goals and desires creates immense internal static, making it impossible to hear the subtle whispers of the sixth sense. Infinite intelligence responds to clarity and definiteness of purpose. When you focus all of your mental and spiritual energy on one single, all-consuming purpose, you create a powerful, coherent signal that the universe can respond to. This is more than just goal setting. This is about aligning every facet of your being with one great mission. This purpose becomes the central organizing principle of your life. It informs your decisions, it guides your actions, and most importantly, it tunes your subconscious mind to be receptive to information that is relevant to its attainment. When your subconscious is focused on a single clear objective, it will begin to work day and night to draw to you the ideas, people, and opportunities necessary for its fulfillment. Many of these will come to you through your developing sixth sense as intuitive flashes or creative inspirations. Consider the great inventors. They did not achieve their breakthroughs by dabbling in 100 different fields. They became obsessed with solving one single, definite problem. This single-pointed focus turned their minds into powerful receivers for the exact knowledge they needed. Your task is to do the same. You must choose one great, definite purpose for this chapter of your life. Write it down, crystallize it, and then you must deliberately eliminate the trivialities, the distractions, and the lesser goals that are scattering your precious mental energy. By cultivating a single-pointed focus, you are not just simplifying your life, you are creating a powerful vortex that draws wisdom and opportunity to you. A mind unified by a single purpose is a mind that is open and ready to receive the highest form of guidance. You must give your subconscious a clear command before it will give you its secrets. You have now learned to create silence and to focus your mind with a definite purpose. The third step is to learn how to actively engage with the field of infinite intelligence. You do this through the art of deliberate questioning. Your subconscious mind and the universal mind to which it is connected is a perfectly obedient servant, but it will not give you answers until you first give it a clear, well-defined question. Most people approach their inner world with vague, fearful, and unfocused thoughts. They worry, they hope, they wish. These are weak signals that produce no clear response. To receive a clear answer, you must first ask a clear question. This is a crucial part of the process that is often overlooked.
Before you enter your period of silence, you should formulate a single, specific question related to your definite purpose. Do not ask, "What should I do with my life?" That is too broad. Ask, "What is the next logical step I should take to advance my business plan?" Do not ask, "How can I get more money?" Ask, "What unique service can I render that will create immense value for others, and in return, for myself?" The quality of your answer is directly proportional to the quality of your question. Once you have your question clearly formulated, your work is to impress it upon your subconscious mind. You can do this by writing it down or by repeating it to yourself with faith and feeling just before you enter your state of silent receptivity. And then, and this is the most important part, you must let it go. You release the question into the ether with absolute faith that an answer will be returned to you. You do not strain or struggle to think of the answer. You simply ask, and then you open yourself to receive. The answer may not come during your 10 minutes of silence. It may come later that day as a sudden flash of insight while you're walking. It may come in a dream. It may come through the words of another person. But if you have asked a clear, definite question and have cultivated a receptive, silent mind, the answer will come. This is the law. Learning to ask with precision is learning to knock on the door of infinite intelligence.
Faith is the chemistry of the soul. You have learned to create silence, to focus your purpose, and to ask with precision. We now arrive at the fourth and perhaps most essential step. This is the element that acts as the catalyst for all mental alchemy. It is the spiritual chemistry that gives life and power to your thoughts. This is the cultivation of unshakable faith. Napoleon Hill was clear on this point. Thought alone, without being mixed with faith, is powerless. It cannot influence the subconscious mind, and it cannot connect with infinite intelligence. Faith is not hope. Hope wishes for a positive outcome, but acknowledges the possibility of failure. Faith, in its truest sense, is a state of mind where you believe in the attainment of your purpose with such absolute certainty that your mind treats it as an already accomplished fact. It is a state of knowing, not of wishing. This kind of faith is not something you are born with. It is something you develop through discipline. The primary tool for its development is, once again, the principle of autosuggestion. By repeating your affirmations of purpose daily, and, this is the key, by charging those repetitions with as much positive emotion as you can muster, you are essentially commanding your subconscious mind to develop faith. You are overriding the old programming of doubt and fear with a new, powerful program of absolute certainty. Furthermore, you must starve your doubts. Faith and fear cannot occupy the same space in your mind at the same time. One will dominate. You must make a conscious decision to refuse to entertain any thought, any conversation, or any influence that contradicts your definite purpose. When a doubt arises, you must learn to treat it as an unwelcome intruder, immediately replacing it with your powerful affirmation of faith. This unwavering faith creates a powerful, high-frequency vibration in your mind. It is this vibration that the sixth sense responds to. Infinite intelligence operates on the frequency of certainty and faith, not on the frequency of doubt and fear. By deliberately cultivating a state of unshakable faith, you are tuning your mental radio to the exact frequency upon which the whispers of your intuition are broadcast. Without this step, all other efforts are in vain. Faith is the bridge between your conscious mind and the infinite power you seek to connect with.
Your character is the antenna for your intuition. The fifth step on the path to awakening your sixth sense is one that is often overlooked in our modern world, which so often prizes results over integrity. This is the step of the purification of character. The faculty of the sixth sense is a connection to the highest and most powerful force in the universe. It is a connection to infinite intelligence, which is, by its very nature, a force of harmony, of truth, and of constructive good. It will not and cannot lend its power to a mind that is operating from a place of selfishness, dishonesty, or ill will towards others. Your character is the antenna through which you receive the signals of your intuition. If that antenna is corroded with the rust of negative character traits, the signal will be distorted, weak, or non-existent. To receive clear guidance, you must first become a clear channel. This requires a fearless and honest self-inventory. You must look at your own actions and motives with absolute honesty. Are you dealing fairly with all people? Are you rendering useful, constructive service? Are you living in harmony with your own highest values? Any area of your life where you are out of alignment with the principles of truth and justice will create a form of spiritual static that interferes with your intuitive faculty. You cannot cheat your business partner on Monday and expect to receive a flash of divine guidance on Tuesday. The universe does not work that way. This purification process involves making a definite decision to live by a code of high ethics. It means developing the qualities of loyalty, justice, fairness, and most importantly, a genuine desire to be of service to others. When your definite purpose is aligned with the betterment of humanity, you place yourself in harmony with the constructive forces of the universe. Your mind becomes a more suitable instrument for infinite intelligence to work through. This is not about being a perfect person. It is about making a sincere and consistent effort to align your actions with your highest self. By purifying your character, you are not just becoming a better person, you are polishing the very lens through which your sixth sense perceives the world, allowing you to receive guidance that is clearer, more accurate, and more powerful than ever before. The subconscious mind is a library of all you have learned. The mastermind is a library of all that is known. As you walk this path of self-mastery, you do not have to walk it alone. The sixth step to accelerating the development of your sixth sense is to harness the power of the Mastermind Alliance. As we have discussed in previous messages, a mastermind is the harmonious coordination of two or more minds working towards a definite purpose. Its role in awakening your intuition is profound and twofold. First, your mastermind acts as a powerful confirmation tool for your intuitive hunches. When you receive a flash of inspiration, it can sometimes be difficult to distinguish between a true intuitive insight and a simple wish or a random thought. By presenting your hunch to your trusted mastermind allies, you can test its validity. If your allies, who are in perfect harmony with your purpose, also feel the rightness and the power of the idea, it is a strong confirmation that you have received a genuine piece of guidance. Their collective intuition validates your own. Second, and more mysteriously, the third mind created by the Alliance seems to act as a more powerful and sensitive antenna for receiving intuitive information than any single mind alone. The blending of minds in a spirit of perfect harmony creates a supercharged psychic energy. It is not uncommon for the solution to one member's problem to flash into the mind of another member during a meeting. The third mind uses the most receptive individual channel available to deliver its message. By participating in a harmonious mastermind, you are essentially plugging your own mind into a more powerful receiver. You benefit not only from your own developing sixth sense, but from the developing intuition of all your allies. This is why Napoleon Hill considered the mastermind to be the capstone principle, the one that gives power and speed to all the others. The development of your sixth sense can be a long and solitary journey, but with the aid of a mastermind, it becomes a shared, accelerated, and far more certain path. It is the fastest way to move from the realm of ordinary thought into the extraordinary realm of intuitive knowing. Reason builds the bridge. Intuition tells you when to cross. We have arrived at the seventh and final step, the one that closes the circuit and allows the power of the universe to flow through you. You have learned to create silence, to focus your purpose, to ask with clarity, to cultivate faith, to purify your character, and to harness the power of your mastermind. But all of this preparation is useless without this final, crucial action. The seventh law is the habit of acting on faith. Your intuition, your sixth sense, will bring you flashes of insight and guidance. But this guidance is a whisper, not a command. It will not force you to act. You must have the courage and the discipline to act upon the guidance you receive, especially when it defies your logic or pushes you beyond your comfort zone. This is the ultimate test of faith. Faith is not just a belief, it is a belief expressed through action. Every time you receive an intuitive hunch and you act on it, you are sending a powerful message back to your subconscious mind and to infinite intelligence. The message is, I'm listening. I trust you. Send me more. The universe responds to this trust. The more you act on your intuitive guidance and find it to be correct, the stronger and clearer that guidance will become. You are building a relationship based on trust with the unseen forces that guide you. Conversely, every time you receive a hunch and ignore it because of fear or doubt, you weaken the connection. You are telling the universe, I do not trust your guidance. And eventually, if you ignore the whispers for long enough, they will cease. You must treat the messages from your sixth sense as sacred commands to be acted upon with speed and certainty. Start small. When you have an intuitive urge to call a certain person, make the call. When an idea for a solution to a problem flashes into your mind, write it down and take the first step to implement it. Build a record of small successes based on following your intuition. This will give you the courage to follow it on larger and more important matters. This is the final and most important step, for it is the action that breathes life into all the others.
You stop guessing your future, you start co-creating it. When you consistently apply these 7 steps, a profound shift occurs in your life. You move from a life of guesswork and reaction to a life of flow, synchronicity, and quiet certainty. What does it feel like to live with an awakened sixth sense? First, your decision-making becomes simple and swift. The agonizing process of weighing pros and cons is replaced by a calm inner knowing. You will develop the ability to sense the right path, to feel which decision is in harmony with your purpose, and you will act on it without hesitation. Second, you develop an almost uncanny sense of timing. You will seem to be in the right place at the right time. You will call a person at the exact moment they were thinking of you. You will launch a project just as the market becomes ready for it. This is not luck. It is you, operating in harmony with the natural flow of the universe, guided by a sense that perceives the currents of opportunity that are invisible to others. Third, you will become a magnet for the right people and ideas. Your own clear, intuitive vibration will attract others who resonate on a similar frequency. Your mastermind will become more powerful. Creative ideas and solutions to problems will flow to you with an ease that seems miraculous. You will no longer need to chase opportunities. They will be drawn to you. This is a life lived beyond the limitations of fear and doubt. It is a life of creative power, of inner peace, and of profound connection to a wisdom far greater than your own intellect. You stop seeing the world as a place of random chaos and begin to see it as an intelligent, orderly system with which you can harmoniously cooperate. This is the ultimate advantage that Napoleon Hill spoke of. It is the freedom and power that comes from living an intuitive life. This power is not given for your own sake, but for the value you can create. And so, we conclude our journey with the most important understanding of all. The awakening of your sixth sense, this profound connection to infinite intelligence, is not the final prize. It is a tool. It is a sacred trust. And it is given to you not for your own selfish aggrandizement, but for one reason alone, so that you may render more and better service to humanity. The ultimate purpose of this great power is to guide you in the fulfillment of a definite purpose that benefits others. It is to help you create businesses that solve real problems, to create art that inspires the soul, to become a leader who uplifts others, to be a source of strength and wisdom for your family and your community. A power that is used only for the self will eventually stagnate and fade. A power that is used in the spirit of service will expand and grow indefinitely. This is the final law. The great masters of history who wielded this power were not focused on their own glory. They were obsessed with their contribution. Their intuitive guidance was always in service of their great mission, and in that service, they found their own highest fulfillment. As you develop this faculty, you must hold yourself to the highest standard of character. You must use this guidance with integrity, with humility, and with a loving heart. This is your great responsibility as a co-creator with the divine. Therefore, I invite you one final time to commit to this master's path. Subscribe to this channel, and in doing so, declare that you will not only seek this higher wisdom, but that you will use it for the good of all. Let this be your sacred vow. The 7 steps have been revealed. The path to your ultimate potential is clear. The journey is yours to take. This commitment to trusting your inner voice is the ultimate expression of the X of mentality. If you are ready to start acting on your own inner guidance, go to the comments and declare, "I trust my intuition." This level of focus is a hallmark of the X of mentality. If this call for a focused mission resonates with you, go to the comments and declare, "I am choosing my one great purpose." This is a commitment to clarity over chaos.
Activate the X within you.